For your transformation today, we have Transformers Kingdom Deluxe Class CHEETOR. But before we take a look into the transformation steps of this guy, for as best as I can do it, I want to fulfill a request. Something that I should have done from the very beginning of this little series that I had going. And that's showcase off the packaging. I mean, yeah, sure, I'm not doing spotlight reviews on these figures for the foreseeable future, but that doesn't mean I can't show off the packaging and this lovely artwork that every single one of these come with. So here is Vertebrates. It's lovely. I'm going to show off Paleotrex since he's the next one up on the stack. God, this is some awesome artwork. It'd be a shame not to really show this off. So, from this point forward, we are going to take a look at the packages real quickly before we get to the transformation on these figures. So, going back to the Studio Series 86, here's Autobot Jazz's beautiful artwork. I'm going to take a look at Cup. I don't know why I was about to say Blur, but then you heard me hiccup there, so I kind of corrected myself. Here's Blur's packaging. And this should be Scourge, whatever. Potato. And finally, here's Autobot Hot Rod, wielding the Matrix of Leadership, the chosen one, who did not, may I say, did not kill Optimus Prime. And now, for your feature presentation, here's the packaging artwork for CHEETOR. God, that's so good. I wish I had those kind of skills. It'd be amazing. Here's a look at the back. And you will notice that they have a metallic blue color scheme going on here instead of this powder blue that the figure actually has. But you'll see that very shortly when we get this guy into his robot mode. So here's the instructions. We'll put them aside. And since the last time I transformed this figure, which was probably a couple of days ago, I should have a good idea of how this actually works. So hopefully I won't break something here. First you remove his tail weapon, which, yeah, it is what it is, guys. And then we will straighten out his legs. And we will flip all this around. And that should pop out his foot. Do the same on this side here. Just like that. Get them a little closer to the knees, just so they're out of the way. And looking good so far, right? Next, what we need to do... oh yeah, the chest. We need to get this popped open. And sometimes it pops on its own, and then there are other times where it fights me. But, there we go. Now that we got that taken care of, let's bend the back legs. And it's cheetah mode and fold them in. Something like this, according to the instructions. Unlike the Masterpiece one where you actually cross the legs. I mean, you could do that if you want. And yeah, sure, okay, fine. We'll just leave it at that. And then you rotate the elbow joints. And then you kind of have to actually push back on the chest of the cheetah a little bit more, just so you can free the shoulders. Otherwise, stuff won't move. Stuff that you need to move. Rotate the hands about 90 degrees, like this. And now it's downpouring like crazy outside my room. I don't know if you can hear that, but the raindrops are coming in. Careful around this area because there's this little tiny tab here that is already breaking on mine. It's dangling there. It's still on, but it's dangling. So it could break off anytime soon. So, you know, just be forewarned. Rotate the robot head, which you have to actually bring it down some in order to get it to turn like that. Alright, let's open up the mouth. and bring it all the way back. And then what we need to do is we need to play around with this double hinge here. Bring this down, bring this in, bring his head up just so it's out of the way. And then there should be a little slot there for that little tab right there to just pop right in. Right. What we need to do now is just readjust everything to our liking. Maybe give him his useless weapon. Yes, completely useless. So instead I like to peg it in his hand like that. So, you know, more of a sword, even though it's not very lethal, is it? But regardless, let's go ahead and finish this up now by bringing in his, I guess you could say his sides, because they actually do peg into place here. They should, so he says. There we go. And there we go. There's CHEETOR in his robot mode, which he doesn't really have any back heel spurs, or if he does, they're not long enough to actually support the figure from time to time, especially on this very smooth surface. But I like him. He's really cool. I want the Netflix version with the better metallic blue paint job, because again, powder blue is okay, it is what it is, but God, that Netflix one really just makes me wonder why I even bought this one. I guess it's just for filler, you know, just to hold me over in the meantime. I will say, though, I do like the fact that they did actually paint his shins, because that's something the Netflix one does not have. Womp, womp, womp. Anyway, this ain't a review. It's just me giving you my thoughts on the guy real quickly. We're going to go ahead and transform him back. First, remove his weapon, and I'll go ahead and rotate his hands back to their normal position. And they only really go one way, or so he says. They actually do turn both ways. Never mind. I always thought there was something catching there. But now that that's taken care of, we can open up the sides again. As we get his arms out of the way here, just to get them out of the way. Now that that's done, lift his head back up as far as it will go. And be careful here. Again, that tab is very scary here. But you want to push up and a little back to free the lower jaw of the cheetah head. And then bring this out. And you can see the tab, it's still there, still dangling. But it's ready to go anytime. So let's turn his head as it's up in the air, and then we'll bring it up like so. Then we can take the cheetah head and we can plop that over. And that's about it. And that tab, I'm supposed to believe that that is actually securing the head in place. It's not needed. It really isn't. So if it, wow, well, you know, there it is. It finally broke off. So it is useless. It is a completely useless bit that is just going to break either way. It is one of the QC issues with this figure. So regardless of how well you are with transforming your figures, it's going to break over time. So if it starts dangling, just go ahead and pull it off, because it really doesn't make a difference. This head stays in pretty secured no matter which way it goes. So, you know, anyway, it is what it is. Right, so let's go back to the transformation now. What we need to do is we need to bring all this back again as we rotate this the right way, because actually it's supposed to clip under here like that. Let's see if I can get this in record time. It's for the last time I actually transformed the guy. And we close this back, which it's very resistant. At least my figure is. Not entirely sure why I'm always having trouble in this part. Like that, it really doesn't want to clip in. Maybe it would help if I get the bottom section first, and then worry about the top section. There we go. Yeah, there it is. There's the answer. Get this clip in too. I don't know why this wouldn't. Oh, wow. I'm not worried You know, I'm not sweating. Don't feel like it's going to break, but boy, does it take a lot of force. Close those sides back in. Readjust his front legs. Let's go to the back now, and we're going to take his original cheetah legs, and we're going to swing all that back into position while we put his feet back in as far as they'll go. And then we bend these down and readjust once again like this. Last thing we need to do is put the tail back into place. So yeah, we're gonna probe him. There we go. And readjust one more time to your liking as best as you can for the time you actually have, because there's the warning flash coming up on my camera. Battery's gonna die soon. Okay, last thing we need to do really is just close his mouth back in. There we go. CHEETOR in his cheetah mode once again, or beast form, whichever one. Same thing. What's the difference? Beautiful figure, absolutely stunning, well engineered, especially when compared to his original figure, which of course, night and day comparisons for a modern take on this guy. It's phenomenal work. Can't wait to do another one for you guys very shortly, but that's going to wrap it up here. If you have any questions or comments, you know to do. Hit it down below in the comment section of this video. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to sub up. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down. Don't forget to throw in the towel. And until next time, this is LetZ Power signing off by saying thanks very much for watching this, and fare thee well, so long, goodbye, and get out. See you then.